Brent came in and he spoke a little bit about a scam, kind of scary, because then we're starting to get examples from local businesses who are experiencing it or who have experienced scams across their own, not necessarily their businesses, but more on their personal side.
Listening to it, a lot of times people think that because we're in a small community, we're exempt from this stuff, and we're not. And it doesn't matter the age. Somebody tried to scam me a couple of weeks ago, saying that they were my bank, saying that, hey, there were some fraudulent charges on there, and they said, hey, verify the phone number that I called you on. Is it your bank? And yes, it was. Well, just give us the last 6 digits of your number and we'll be good. They need to verify that I was true, that I was who I was. I wanted to verify who they were. So scammers are out there. And I do know that if it was somebody else, or like maybe my parents or somebody that was older that is on a Friday night at 7 o'clock, nobody wants their debit card shut off on the weekend, and stuff. So you couldn't really do anything. But if it was somebody older, they probably would have given them the stuff. And it is scary. And that happens all the time. We always get the scams on our phones, but this is a phone call. They're getting good. And one thing that scammers they don't care about, they'll send out millions of texts or whatever, like Brent was saying. They can send out millions. They don't care who clicks on it, just that somebody clicks on it. So you're just a number to them.
Yeah, prepare your kids, prepare your parents, because these are out there. You don't need to go through the hassle of honestly cleaning up after one of those scammers, but just dealing with the headache stuff.
Well, and Brent did, he brought up about take that 20-second break. Kind of like when you go out and buy a car or buy a house, hey, let us sleep on it. Or, hey, let me get back to you. Let me think about this before we go any farther. And if they're still pushy, because that's what they do, it's urgency. Get it done now. You got to get it done now. You want this to happen. If that's the case, take a step back and take a break. And I know with me, when that happened, I said, hey, I'm going to call my bank. And they said, well, you verified everything, so what's there to verify? I said, let me call my bank. We hung up. I hit redial, called the exact same number that they called me on, and I got my bank.
This information is so important. So you're going to spend a little bit of time getting more details and more tips out to the public through our social media so that they're aware of that. Of course, for the full series, check it out on the Growth Hub. But for tips throughout, our social media platforms will have that information on there.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be good to be looking for it. And like I consider myself smart on the scamming. I work for an IT company. I've been through a lot of this stuff. But even they were so good that if it was somebody else, they would have probably given the information.
All right. So join us next week here at Cab at Little Light Coffee House and Mini Donuts. And then, of course, we've got Night Cab coming up as well on the second week of April.
Yep, April 13th, the second Tuesday. So April 13th at Celtic Cowboy, we're doing the Cab after hours. It's going to be a fun time. Just kind of come out a little less structure than what we have here during the day, but it is just really networking, getting to know other people in our community.
And don't forget to get a copy of the We Are Local. More to come on that here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a moment to thank the local businesses who help make this podcast possible. The Brent Harris Insurance Agency, The Connection Doctor, and Treasure State Payments. These are the businesses that believe in supporting local people, local conversations, and a stronger community. And we're grateful for their support.